Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. I'm Ben.
And I'm Zoe. And folks, buckle up because today we're diving into a story that has everything. Football, romance, age gaps, lawsuits, and, wait for it, a puffer jacket.
Right? Like, you can't make this stuff up. We're talking about Bill Belichick. Yeah, the legendary NFL coach, wrapping up his first season at UNC, which, spoiler alert, didn't go great. 4 wins, 8 losses, rough debut.
But honestly, Ben, the real headlines weren't about the scoreboard. They were about his relationship with his 24-year-old girlfriend, Jordon Hudson, and all the drama swirling around them. We're talking public scrutiny, family tension, media battles. It's a lot.
Yeah, and what caught my eye? The way this whole thing plays out publicly. Like, imagine trying to rebuild your career at 73 while your personal life is being dissected online. That's gotta mess with your head.
Exactly. So today we're breaking it all down. The relationship, the controversies, and what this says about handling pressure when the world is watching. Let's get into it.
All right, Zoe, let's set the stage. Bill Belichick is a football legend, right? 6 Super Bowl rings with the Patriots. The guy's a living icon. Then he takes the UNC job. Huge deal. Everyone's hyped. But his first season? Total disaster. 4 wins, 8 losses, 5 of those losses by double digits.
Ouch, that's brutal. And you know what makes it worse? He's not just dealing with losing games. His girlfriend, Jordon Hudson, is constantly in the headlines. Like, she's on the sidelines, she's at games, she's everywhere. And people have opinions.
Yeah, and here's where it gets interesting. After their final game, a 42-19 blowout loss to NC State, they're spotted in the parking lot. It's freezing, like 36 degrees, and Jordan's wearing this sheer snakeskin outfit, and Bill, he takes off his puffer jacket and wraps it around her.
Okay, so on the surface, that's sweet, right? Classic chivalrous move. But then you read the body language experts' take, and it gets complicated. Apparently, Bill looked awkward, like he didn't know what to do. She's leaning against the car, dressed to the nines, and he's standing there with his hands in his pockets.
Right, and the expert suggests Jordan might have had to prompt him to give her the jacket. Like, dude, I'm freezing here, hello? And when he finally does it, he's fumbling, stuffing his backpack between his legs, keeping his distance. It's not exactly a rom-com moment.
Ben, doesn't that make you wonder about the emotional toll here? Like, they're under constant scrutiny. Every gesture, every outfit, every interaction is being analyzed. That's exhausting. And for Bill, he's also dealing with a losing season and trying to prove himself in a new role.
Totally. And it's not just the media. His own family is reportedly upset. There's this wild report that his daughter-in-law, Jen, confronted Jordan after a game, calling her batshit crazy and accusing her of controlling Bill. She even gave him an ultimatum: choose your family or her.
Whoa, that's intense. And you know, whether you agree with their relationship or not, imagine being in Jordan's shoes. She's 24, dating a 73-year-old man, and suddenly she's the villain in everyone's story. That's got to be isolating.
For sure. And then there's the whole Pablo Torre situation. So Torre is this former ESPN reporter who's been doing deep dives on Jordan, her age, her role at UNC, whether she was banned from the facilities, and Jordan's had enough. She's announced she's suing him for defamation.
Right. And Torre stands by his reporting. He's basically like, bring it on. I've got receipts. But Jordan posted screenshots trying to prove that some of the info was wrong, like a staff member guessed her birth year incorrectly on a form. She's fighting back hard.
Which is interesting because it shows she's not just sitting back and taking it. But here's the thing, when you're constantly defending yourself online, constantly clapping back at critics, it takes a toll. You're in this reactive mode all the time, and that's stressful.
Exactly. And Ben, let's talk about Bill for a second. When a reporter asked him about the lawsuit drama right before the NC State game, his response was basically, I'm just focused on the game. Classic deflection, right?
Yeah, but is he really just focused on the game, or is that what he's telling himself to cope? Because when your personal life is imploding and your team's losing, it's hard to compartmentalize. That stuff bleeds over.
Right. And there's this interesting layer here about age and vulnerability. Bill's 73. He's at a stage in life where a lot of people are winding down, reflecting, maybe dealing with their own sense of identity. And here he is, starting over at a new job in a relationship that's polarizing, with his family upset. That's a lot of emotional weight.
And then you've got Jordon, who's 24 and still figuring out who she is. She recently went back to cheerleading. Bill even showed up at her competition, which went viral. People were like, what is happening? But maybe for her, that's a way to reclaim something, to feel like she's not just Bill's girlfriend.
I think that's a really good point, Ben, because when you're in a high-profile relationship, especially one with such a big age gap, there's this risk of losing yourself. You become an accessory to someone else's story, and maybe she's trying to push back against that.
But here's where I get conflicted, Zoe. On one hand, I get it. People should be free to date who they want. But on the other hand, when you're in the public eye and you're making choices that affect other people, like Bill's family or even the UNC team, you have to accept that people are going to have opinions.
True, but there's a difference between having an opinion and the constant, relentless judgment they're facing. Like every outfit Jordon wears is dissected. Every gesture is analyzed. That's not healthy for anyone. And honestly, it makes me think about how we as a society consume this stuff. We are part of the problem, right?
Absolutely. We're sitting here talking about it, and people are watching because it's entertaining. But for them, it's their real life. And I think there's something deeper here about resilience. Like, how do you keep going when everything feels like it's falling apart?
Yeah, and that's the mental health piece, isn't it? Whether it's Bill dealing with a tough season and family drama, or Jordon fighting off media attacks, they're both under enormous pressure. And pressure like that can break people if they don't have the right support systems.
Right. And the jacket moment. Maybe it's not just about being chivalrous or awkward. Maybe it's about two people trying to show up for each other when everything else is chaos, even if it's clumsy, even if it doesn't look picture perfect.
I like that take, Ben. Because at the end of the day, relationships are messy. Life is messy. And when you add fame and scrutiny into the mix, it gets even messier. But if they're genuinely supporting each other, that's what matters.
Totally. And hey, whether you think their relationship is great or questionable, I think we can all agree. Navigating public life while protecting your mental health, that's the real championship game.
All right, folks, that's a wrap on today's deep dive into Bill and Jordon's whirlwind season on and off the field.
Big takeaway, whether it's football losses, relationship drama, or media battles, we all face pressure in different ways. The key is finding ways to cope, to stay grounded, and to not lose yourself in the noise.
So true. And if you enjoyed this episode, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Trust us, we've got some wild stories coming your way.
Next time, we're diving into another trending topic that will make you go, wait, what? You won't want to miss it.
Thanks for hanging out with us today, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and remember, life's messy, but you're not alone in it.
Catch you next time.
Bye, guys.